Hello and welcome to the Savvy Safety Sisters Partner in Prevention podcast. We're your hosts, Carrie, Pasquarello, and Ingrid Centurion. Now, we know one of the best ways to make a difference in preventing victimization is to bring stories from around the world in hopes of bringing awareness to help keep you and your family safe. Now, we want to empower our listeners with education and advocacy by experts. But today, we're doing our annual celebration for International Women's Day with the goal of spotlighting amazing women changing the course of the world with their actions, their thoughts, and their hopes for a better and safer future. So today, I am thrilled to introduce you to Ingrid Centurion. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy to interview you, Ingrid.
Thank you, Carrie. Let's start this new year awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, I want everybody to know a little bit more about you, and I want them to hear it from your words because you have done so many amazing things in this world, starting off with learning how to fly airplanes at age 16. Now, you are quite a remarkable human being, and I want our listeners to hear more about this. So, Ingrid, give us a little briefing about you.
Okay, well, I've always been so very goal oriented. And you can see that from I wanted to be a pilot, so I saved $3,000. My mom drove me to the airport, and 4 months later, I had my private pilot license. So with everything, you need to come up with a plan, put some time to it, and then accomplish those goals. And now I have a nonprofit and I'm doing a lot of teaching. I've been teaching parliamentary procedures, Robert's Rules of Order, to run effective meetings. And now, Generations for America, we're working on a Constitution seminar. And our Constitution training is specifically going to be focused to educate our law enforcement agencies, our sheriffs, and our local police departments all across the country. The police have, many duties. And sometimes they also may not be aware with their state constitution. And we're really excited about teaching this because we want to make sure everyone, takes an oath to abide by that constitution. And we really need to take some time to study it.
Yeah, so true. And I love the philosophy behind Generations for America doing such great work, not only teaching, parliamentary rules and orders, but you also going down granularly, looking at helping students write better, teaching them handwriting, teaching them these law skills that are so important in today's society. Going and getting the families together and really strategizing how we can make America better and bring everybody together. These are the generations that we want to help encourage education, encourage languages, encourage all these wonderful things that is all incorporated into Generations for America. Now, I love that. And I know because you're so goal oriented, you are writing a new book right now, aren't you,
Yes,
Ingrid?
I'm so excited on launching it. We'll be coming out with that soon. It's going to be called Name It, Change It, Do It. Master your habits, achieve your goals. And this is really the formula that we want to share with everyone
Yeah.
to be able to accomplish those goals that they have set for this month or this year.
Right.
Another thing I'm excited about doing is we want to do more debates because so many people right now are, there's so much division between individuals, between organizations, and we have to be able to debate and discuss our opinions and really listen to the other side. Because when you listen to the other side, you may learn something, and we can have debate without being angry and closing our ears. All it's going to
Absolutely.
do is lead to a better solution. I really believe that if we can start learning to listen to each other, our country will move forward in a more positive direction.
Yeah, I agree. Everything starts with a conversation. We talk about starting those safety conversations all the time, but it has to start with people sitting down and listening to the other person's opinion, listening to maybe where they come from in this world, because there's so many different people being brought up in so many different ways. We can really learn from one another, really important skills. There's just so many lessons to be learned by bringing people together and being able to debate. Now, I'm going to go back to you and your flying. Now, not only did you learn to fly airplanes at a young age, but then you went into the military and you fought for our country. I just want to honor all that you have done for the American citizens here and in this world. Can you share a little bit about your time with the military?
Yeah, sure. I first was sent to Fort Rucker, Alabama, and that's where I went to flight school. Flight school is 1 year long. After flight school, they sent me to the maintenance test pilot school at Fort Eustis. And then after all that training, they sent me overseas to Korea. So here I am, 21 years old, and I'm a second lieutenant in Korea. And I was able to fly Huey, single pilot, along the Korean border. When you look back on that, now the pilots fly dual, two pilots in the aircraft, and you look back and that was a lot of responsibility. And I think that's the key to building great leaders in our community is that we need to hold our younger generation. We need to give them responsibilities. We need to increase the standards in everything that they do. And when you see young kids doing these great things at a young age. That just builds their leadership, that builds their courage, their resilience, and not treat them like children. At 17, they're already grown men and women. At 18, that's what we need to do to create better leaders.
Right. And I was recently reading some studies about how important it is to start your younger children off with chores. The more chores you give them, the more responsibility they have at a young age, whether it's with money, whether it's with, doing dishes, whether it's sweeping, but being involved and making their home, their community better at a young age literally can change their trajectory of their life, right? Making sure that they have those responsibilities and understand what it means to accomplish something. Now, you've accomplished so many wonderful things in your life, Ingrid, and I'm once again truly amazed. But you also, this was the second book that we're co-authoring together, so I'm so excited about that. But you also wrote your first book. Can you share a little bit about your first book? And I know there's a passage that you share in that book that really means a lot to you. Would you be willing to share that with the audience, or at least you have a copy with you that's close by? You can show it.
I can show it to you. But my first book was inspired by I was speaking at high schools across the country, and when I would share with them my story, the students were like, "You need to write a book. You need to write a book. We want to learn more from you." So my first book is called Centurion's Commitment, and it's 10 chapters, and in each chapter was a lesson to be learned and a story of my life, something that challenged me, something that inspired me, and each chapter also starts off with a quote. So it's a really good book. A lot of people have said it's so inspiring and that it has motivated them to do more in life. And it shares a little background into Ingrid Centurion, but it's not a full biography like my whole life memoirs and things like that.
Yeah.
Some people have also said they want to hear more flying stories, just like you're telling me. And I think that's what I want to do next is write down all those flying stories and maybe, lessons from above would be a good title.
That would be a great title, Lessons from Above. Oh, I can't wait. And what's amazing is because of our newest book that we're writing right now, Name It, Change It, Do It. You are naming it and you will set that time frame to create this new book and we will make sure it gets done. And so I'm going to put you on the spot. When will it be coming out? Are we talking about
Oh,
2025 or shall we put that in 2026?
no, I think I could knock out another little book since we were able to do this name it, change it, do it. We put that timeline on us. The
Right.
flying stories, they're in my head. I just got to jot it down and put it down on paper and make
Right.
that happen. So I want to do that. I want to do that this year.
We're putting that on the
In the
list,
next
Ingrid.
6 months. Yes, yes.
Yes. And what we will do is challenge all of our listeners to really take the opportunity to think about something you would like to change within your life and name it, change it, do it. Have 30 days, set a time frame, and get started on making a real big difference in your life. I know we've done this, we have collaborated on so many different things, Ingrid. And it's really worked out well for us. So I'm so glad we can actually share this with the world. But I know this was going to be just a really brief, International Women's Day spotlight. I'm so happy I got to shine the light on you because you really are making a tremendous difference in this world with everything you're doing. So I just want to thank you, Ingrid, for all you do.
Thank
Thank
you
you
so
for your
much, Carrie.
and thank you for your service to our country.
Thank you, Carrie, too.
So,
All that
well,
you do.
what's that?
I said thank you too for all that you do in keeping everybody safe. You know, that's your passion and it's so important. People don't think about safety. We have to always remind them.
Right. Oh, well, you're so sweet to say that. But listen, I'm so thrilled we got together to do this really quickly. And we will be back for another episode to increase public awareness and reduce the dangers faced by citizens in their daily life, whether traveling around the corner or the world. And make sure you visit us at Global Secure Resources and Generations for America. I'll make sure I put the links inside the bio. But stay safe. Have a wonderful afternoon. And just remember, keep your family safe